Hello, I'm Dr. Bill Van Tassel, Manager of Driver Training Programs for AAA, here to talk to you about how to avoid distracted driving. In this video, I'll be discussing the challenge of being distracted behind the wheel. NHTSA, or the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, estimates that inattentive driving is a factor in up to 25% of all vehicle crashes. The issue is difficult to track, but none of us have to look far to notice distractors all around us. Most people probably associate driver distraction with cell phones and other handheld electronic devices, but distractions can be caused by many activities and objects both inside and outside the car. Drivers may be watching people outside the car, changing CDs, grooming, or reading a paper or a map. Drivers may also be eating, drinking, or engaged in countless other activities that a person can do while a vehicle is in motion. It's crucial to recognize that driving requires your full attention. As a rule, if you can't devote your full attention to driving because of some other activity, you should handle that task before or after your trip, not behind the wheel. Or pull over and stop your car first. To understand the effects of distractions on driving, we need to understand the driving task. At its simplest, driving can be divided into three main tasks. First, perception. A driver must perceive what's going on in the driving environment. Second, decision. The driver must use the information gained through perception to make a decision about what to do in a particular situation. And third, action. The driver must execute his or her decision. Let's take a look at an example of perception, decision, and action. Here, a driver perceives a car ahead stopping suddenly. To avoid colliding with the suddenly stopping car ahead, the driver must decide whether to apply the brakes or steer around. Then the driver avoids a collision by steering around the vehicle ahead. Perception, decision, action. It's important to note that driver error can take place during any one of these. They're all important. A mistake in just one of these could cause the chance of a collision to increase substantially. With attention focused on another activity, you can easily miss perceiving an important change in your driving environment, such as a car pulling out in front of you, a signal light changing from green to yellow, or a stop sign. If your attention becomes divided, all decision-making slows down. And as you add more tasks, your performance on each one becomes slower. You may not be able to make the correct decision or make a decision quickly enough. If you are distracted, you could also fail to execute the driving maneuver selected during the decision step. For example, you could fail to brake or accelerate at the right time or with the proper amount of pressure on the pedal. You could fail to turn the steering wheel far enough or fast enough, especially in a physical distraction when you have allowed a distraction to take one or more hands off the wheel. As you can see, driving is a full-time job. It really does require your full attention. The next video will address some of the most common distractions drivers interact with: radios, CD players, GPS devices, and other in-vehicle electronics.